Best Irish music on irishradio.org with Jerry Byrne.
I'm Jerry Byrne. It's Irish Radio. Since lockdown and the launch of COVID-19, which has changed our world, I've been speaking to numerous of the great and the good in Irish entertainment. I've got a gentleman now who is not alone a fine singer and performer, but an incredible songwriter. I suppose we kind of like to refer to him as sort of an honorary Irishman, because he's written so many songs about Ireland and so many songs for Irish singers. I'm delighted to say hello to the one and only Dave Sheriff. Dave, how are you?
How you doing, Jerry? It's good to be with you, mate. And bit of a build-up there for me.
Dave, listen, you've just written so many songs.
Yeah, I have, yeah. And, it's probably way back. Frank McCaffrey was probably the first man in Ireland to record my songs. He had this album when he was out in the early days on Ritz Records. He had a song of mine called Your Special Day, which is the title track for his album. And then, of course, we had Anne Breen record Always Be Best of Friends, which has become a big standard all over the place now.
Indeed. Those songs have been absolutely, you're absolutely huge for those, those artists. And that song for Frank McCaffrey was, incredible. I mean, that the song that you mentioned there by Anne Breen, that has been recorded also by many others.
Certainly, yeah. I mean, Michael English has recorded it, Trudy Lawler, and Mike Denver's the latest to record that Best of Friends song.
Indeed. Can you name some of the other tracks? That I know you've written just so many. You probably can't even remember them all. But
well, we've got Declan Nerney's "All Friends Together." He did a mine, and of course, the other one he did. "Where's the Party?" "Where's the Party?" Probably everybody knows.
Yes,
that's one of my songs. And then the likes of Philomena Begley did "Waltz for a Lifetime with You," and we have what else we have? We have Michael English, of course. Michael English did "Will You Dance?" Robert Mazzell did "A Friend in Need" and "Hey Ho, Away We Go." It just goes on, and they just seem to like my sort of song. So I'm pleased to sort of have my ear to the ground and see what's going on. Everything has to be written in dance tempo. This is very dance floor driven, but that's no problem. Every song's got to be written in a tempo, so it might as well be in a dance tempo,
Yes, amazing. It's absolutely, it's absolutely amazing. I mean, at one time you actually released an album which was a song for all Ireland.
That's right. That's a song for all Ireland was the name of the song, meant because all the 32 counties in Ireland, and that would just contain a lot of songs that reflect the way of life in Ireland, really. So, that's been very popular in Ireland, that album.
Indeed it has. I mean, you had songs of that, Come Down to Killarney, Take Me Back to Galway, also Come Back to Donegal.
Yeah, they're all there, yeah.
Yeah, all of that, a very successful album. But Dave, over the years, you really have written a huge amount of material.
Yeah, I have. I was trying to have a little count up the other day, and I think we're sort of approaching 600 now. It's they keep coming. Of course, with lockdown, I've been able to concentrate more on the writing because we've got no gigs to go to. So whereas I normally write one album a year, 14 songs, but it's 2 albums this year. I just finished the second album now, so that's 28 songs this year. So and still writing. I just go in the studio and write songs.
Wow, that is incredible. That is absolutely, that is astounding. To have written that many songs, is incredible. I mean, to do 28 in 1 year. I know you're not playing and all that, but I mean, that is pretty impressive, Dave. To be honest,
it's great, and of course with the technology now, we're able to do things remotely. And I use Stephen Smith on a lot of my stuff. He's a talented guy and. We're good friends, and I just write the songs and say, can you put a bit of steel guitar or a bit of guitar on this for me or a bit of fiddle, and he just comes up with a good Stephen, right?
Indeed, he is very talented gentleman and a multi-instrumentalist and an excellent producer.
It certainly is, yeah, and good singer as well, mind. Don't forget the singing.
Indeed so. Yes, absolutely superb. And gentleman I'm very, very familiar with. Did an interview with him back a couple of months ago, and great to catch up with him and chat to him. Dave, you've visited Ireland on many occasions.
I have, yeah, not ready to perform. You know, I've visited friends over there, and we try to go to the awards every year, the Hot Country Awards, you know, and just to catch up with everybody, really, because most of the guys that I've written songs for are there, and it's just good to have a catch up and see what they want, and you know, if they want anything written, or it's just a good bit of networking for me, you know.
Indeed so. It's great to catch up sort of with the people who've recorded your songs and what they're doing and all the rest of it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I mean, I expect the only chance I get because we're all working normally, you know. But and we're just hoping that the awards is going to come off next year because it's a great event. You know, we just go over there and meet up with everybody, and it's just great.
Indeed so. It's one thing is in music there really is sort of not a lot. In fact, nothing really happening in music at the moment. This pandemic has absolutely closed down all music and all performing arts.
And I don't think it'll ever be the same again, Jerry. To be honest, you know, I think we're going to see a different scene when it eventually opens up again.
Indeed, it's it's truly incredible. I mean, it's everything from Broadway and West End shows, musicals, plays, right to its affecting even cinemas.
Well, that's right. I mean, talking of cinema, I mean, I've got one of my songs, "Waltz of a Lifetime," being released in a new film called The Comeback Trail, which is. With Robert De Niro and Tommy Lee Jones, Morgan Freeman, and a big lineup, and that was going to be released earlier on, and they got scheduled to release on the 13th of November now. But with the cinemas closing down, even that's looking doubtful, I think.
Indeed, it's it's absolutely astounding, absolutely, in incredible stuff. Bar the songwriting and the singing and all that. Have you been doing anything else since the lockdown came?
Not really. I mean, I've just been expanding on the songwriting really, because it's just given me more time to focus on the writing and producing the songs that I write, really, and that's really what I've been concentrating on, you know.
Right, and I must say, excellent work. The album, the new one, How Long Is Forever?
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's the brand new album being released on the 16th of October, and we've had just released a single off Play the Cards I Dealt With, and that's like a western swing. I tried to write in all sorts of styles, really. I mean, I like to include some brass in some of them, like a Mavericksy sort of thing. I like western swing, and of course I like the good old standard stuff like the Merle Haggard, Buck Owens, and the traditional country stuff as well. And I try to include all these different styles in the album. I try to make it nice to listen to. If people are going to put an album on CD, 14 songs, I don't see the point of making them all the same. I try to vary it a lot with tempos and styles, and there's some nice ballads on there as well, you know, so it's a good selection of music, really.
Indeed. I've noticed that actually about all your albums. They always sort of give me a surprise, on each track that I actually listen to, because I sort of think I know what the next one is going to be like, but it's not.
No, you don't.
It's not. It's completely different.
Very diverse. I tried to keep the listener on the toes, like.
Yes, definitely do. I must say, I do like the single that's been released. It's just kind of hot off the presses over this past couple of days. Play the Cards I'm Dealt With. Sounds good.
Right, yeah.
Sounds good, I must say.
And Stephen's playing really well on that as well. So that's great.
Yes, absolutely, excellent stuff. But listen, you were, as well as all the songwriting and singing. I mean, before lockdown, in general, like you were a busy lad and have been a busy lad over the years doing live performances.
Yeah, I mean, I served my apprenticeship really. I've been doing it since the 70s. In the early 70s, I used to work as a session musician doing the Wembley festivals and work with the American guys that were coming over then. And then I've just sort of gone on through there and just done my live performances, one-man shows in the clubs, and and then we've done 3 albums in Nashville, and met up with the guys over there. I went over to Nashville with a song that I'd written about my dad called "I Couldn't Find the Words to Say Goodbye." And when we got there, we realised that Porter Wagner was able to do a duet with me on this song, and the Jordanaires were available as well. So met up with all the guys, and it's great. And then I went back the following year, and Porter invited me on the Grand Ole Opry. So that was really the highlight of my career, and I'm just so fortunate to have been in the middle of these guys and had the interesting conversations with them, and had the opportunities to take the music forward,
That was, I'll have to say, absolutely superb, and obviously by the mere fact that that they sort of took you to their hearts. I mean, was a sign of the respect that they had for you.
Yeah, and it's great obviously with the guys like the Jordanaires. They played with just about everybody in the music business, both in the early days from Jimmy Dean to Patsy Cline and Jim Reeves, of course, right up through Elvis's days and stuff like that. And still delivering the goods. I was very fortunate. It's actually probably one of the last sessions together, because there's only the bassman Ray Walker left out of the Jordanaires now. The rest passed on. But I've had some really interesting conversations with Ray. And he's such a great guy and a great deep voice. I actually wrote a song as a tribute called "I Wish I Had a Bassman Like the Jordanaires," and he was just knocked out that I'd actually took the trouble to write a song about him. So just nice guys, modest guys. And all they want to do is to do the best for you and bring the best out of your music, and that's great. There's no edge on them at all,
Indeed, that is absolutely excellent, and incredible stuff. And well done. I mean, the Jordanaires are, just a legendary name.
You can certainly tell that as soon as they start singing, you can tell it's the Jordanaires.
Indeed. They've been around, as you were saying there, some of the most impressive people that there is involved in music, I'll have to say.
Certainly have, yeah. I was very fortunate to be able to talk over the old times with them. They've got some stories to tell.
Oh yes, I'd well believe that. Dave, listen, it's been brilliant to catch up with you, and listen, keep on the writing and the recording and doing all the good things that you're doing. It's lovely to catch up. Good luck with the album, which is soon to be released. No doubt it'll be another success. And Dave, listen, it's been lovely to catch up and have a chat with you.
Well, it's great for you to have time to talk to me, Jerry. And of course, if anybody's interested, they can get all my CDs on my website, davesheriff.com, and they find all about me and all the songs I've written and the albums that they can order them online, or of course they can just go to iTunes and Amazon and just get the individual songs to download if they're tech friendly. Like.
Lovely stuff, Dave. Thank you indeed.
Great to talk to you, Jerry. Thanks very much.